All right, this is Black Science TV 111. We finally got in the house, the queen, Trifanya Osei, and she's about to give y'all the business. Welcome, queen. Welcome to Black Science TV 111 Studios, and we're going to be asking you some questions. We just thank you for coming out to spread the knowledge, because I know there's a lot of queens out here who want to hear you speak. So without further ado, I'm going to jump right into the questions. First question is, who is Trifanya Osei / Elegant Granny, because I know that's your author name, Elegant Granny, and how does she impact the community?
Hello family, my name is Trifanya Osei, the wife of Osei Kufuor. I'm the eldest of 4 girls in my family and the eldest of 20 grandchildren, who at times does spoken word under the name Elegant Granny. Elegant Granny came into being. I wanted to do blogging online, do some writing online, and I needed a name. And everybody calls me Granny due to the fact that when I converse with people, they say they feel like they're with their grandmother. That's the spirit that I converse with. That's just my nature. I've always been that way. And so I started out with Granny's Corner, but that name was already taken. So then I thought about the way I dress, and I love to dress up and put on nice earrings and jewelry and stuff on my days off. So that's how I came up with the name Elegant Granny. Trifanya Osei and Elegant Granny is also a survivor of child abuse and domestic violence and religion. People look at me crazy when I add religion to the equation until I explain how religion made me feel bound and useless and trapped. And so later on in life, as I was an adult, and as soon as I let it go, I felt like I was free and could just be me as I truly am.
All right. Well, the name Elegant Granny, when did that come into an existence, beautiful queen?
3 years ago. 3 years ago, in January, is when Elegant Granny came into existence.
All right. Well, the next question for you is, how does your community and universe impact you on a personal level, and how does that interact with your personal abilities, with your environment and the society and the people that you deal with?
Okay.
Touch on that.
The universe impacts me by sending information by way of visions, dreams, and insights, mainly due to loving myself first. And how do I do this? By loving everything that is about me. I love how, even though a lot of women do different exercises to expand their hips, full curves or whatever, mine is basically rectangular shape. So I love how I'm shaped. I love how my hair is nappy and is kinky and coily, and how I have to respect the universe by taking the time to love on my hair and take the time to go through it properly. I eat foods conducive to my melanated being. The sunshine, the cells of the sun's rays assist me in waking up, opening my pineal gland. I'm in tune with the universe to know intuitively what is to come and how to deal with my day or the week. The rain, I love the sound of it hitting pavement or the roof of the house, causing my cells to relax and rejuvenate themselves, even when it comes down to restoring things in my life. There's times when you have to let some things go and cut some things off from your life. And my grandfather, who assisted raising me, he was a farmer. And so in the fall of the year, together we would prune trees, and so that during the spring of the year they would flourish and come back and be in order like they're supposed to be in the springtime. And that's what we need to do with our lives as well. And I also listen to what the universe is saying. I take that information and transpose it into spoken word, and there are times when there's a life lesson that can be used to educate the youth in my community.
Okay. So I mean, what else? How else does this energy communicate, with your spiritual being?
Well, I also like to add that I use the energy of the universe to command my cells to heal my body and to heal others as I converse with them. Another way is by sound. The tone in your voice or the sound of a drum communicates healing or destruction to yourself and to others. the megahertz in your voice and the megahertz in the sound of a drum beat, there's vibrations that you can get from the sound of each one. And they connect with the vibrations in the cells of your body and can cause them to rejuvenate, which causes healing in the body.
Well, can you give us an example of that?
An example is the tone of your voice has color. People can be moved by vibrations for the frequency of different colors or tones, just as your cells respond to the vibrations of the sun's communication to us. Our eyes, the way we position our eyes, our body language, the way we dress, all of that, how we treat ourselves even, all of that has to do with, being one with the universe and how you're able to heal or destroy things in your life. That's basically it.
Okay. Well, how do you maintain your personal relationship?
My personal relationship with the King.
You just had to throw me in there, huh?
Yes, I did.
Okay, all right.
Is mainly, only thing I do is love him and accept him as is. I choose to maximize on the value of his true nature. And a lot of people, they make the mistake of wanting to change the person. You cannot change the nature of a person, but you can control it. For instance, both parties could be easy to fly off the handle. And at some point, if not both parties, need to think about the value of their place in the relationship. The value of the person they are in the relationship and the value of the two of you being together.
Okay. Right, well, that sounds like you want something. I hope y'all catching on this because this is a powerful queen here, and she's going to be doing lectures soon. And she also has a book that's coming out on December the 25th, and it's a powerful book. And guess what? This is a book that she's been working on for a while, so she got a lot of energy in it. The next question, how did you get into writing consciousness? How did you get into the consciousness?
Well, I got to consciousness at a very, very early age. I'm very inquisitive, and I've always asked my mother or whoever, whatever adult that I was around questions. My mother would never give me an answer. She would always enforce me to research on my own. And I was raised at a time when you really did not have access to computers and everything. You had to go to your neighbors, do research like going to your neighbor's house and find some documents that they would have, certified documents, and do your research that way, or encyclopedias. Go to the public library, looking at the microfilms and the microfiche of the old newspapers, and do your research that way.
Well, let me just cut in because she's a very, very deep researcher. Now, she might be soft-spoken and all of that, y'all, but she's a very deep researcher. Now, I just want you to touch on some of the things that you just recently researched about the schools and the ADHD medication and things of that nature.
Some things that I researched, well, I'm also an educator myself. I specifically worked with children and adults with autism spectrum. And so there's a law that's being passed that children, with the teachers are now able to diagnose your child with ADHD, and they can call the police and report it to police. The police can come and, do whatever they need to do, and, the social workers, everybody can come in, do what they need to do, and, you have nothing to do with it, which to me is wrong. Another thing, too, what they're doing is they're diagnosing children at a much, much younger age with ADHD and autism spectrum. I've had my first experience this year where my youngest child is 4 years old with ADHD medicines. And they are now diagnosing children as young as 1.5 to 2 year olds with ADD, ODD, all of the acronyms in the alphabet, which is crazy, which the majority of the ones that are doing it to are the black melanated children. Right. Now, what I try to explain to the school psychologists is We are active by nature. You cannot sit us still. We have to be in motion. That's the universe.
Is that because the sun is very active?
Yes, it's very active. It never stops doing what it does. And we never stop doing what we do. We're not robots. We're humans. And we have to do everything. This is how we can contain our chlorophyll, our color from our chlorophyll that we get from the sun's rays, the pigmentation. Our cells are able to continue to move and stay in line with the universe and do what it needs to be doing so that we can do what we need to be doing, because once you get still, it gets to the point where your body starts shutting down and then there's no life. So you have to continue moving until there's an appropriate time for you to be still so your cells can rejuvenate while you sleep.
Okay, well, I just want to ask some questions because a lot of people are asking me questions on health and what can they take, because a lot of places you go to, I know the alkaline water boosts your electrolytes and it helps to keep cancer away from the bodily system. So if people can't find alkaline water, what can they do in place of that or to substitute that to be able to raise the pH in the water?
Well, what I do is, this is something that I learned from my old ancestors and from my husband. He continues teaching me doing it too, is use key lime in your water or lemon if you can't get hold to key limes, because some stores do not sell key lime, so you can use water. Another thing,
you can use water, and what else?
In the water, in the lemon in the water,
okay,
and key lime in the water. If you can't get to the key lime, you can use lemon.
And what does that do?
It raises the pH level in the water. It alkalizes it for you.
Okay, all right. Well, all right. Well, y'all, we gave y'all a little bit of her. So she's going to, like I said, she got a book coming out. She's going to also be doing a lecture soon, too. So we're going to let y'all know that this queen here is no joke. And she got other queens that's getting on with her. And she's also doing a self-defense class also, because she ain't a joke. You know, sometimes she scared me. So, you know, but no, I ain't going to put you out there like that. But yeah, the Queen Trifanya has spoken, and she only gave you a little bit. And, you know, this is Black News 111, TV Studios, the Metaphysics Society Association. We want you to also look forward to Kareem Universal, a.k.a. Kareem Milner. He will also be speaking at the Monument Terrace, downtown Lynchburg, Virginia. And he also has a lecture coming up. That boy is powerful. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to leave you off with Black Power. We love our melanated people, and we out.
Peace.
Peace.